To trust or not to trust? That is the question. So basically, I mean, what I mean by trust is like trusting your body, your instincts, your intuition. And for so long, I don't think I knew what the heck that even meant. And so when it comes to trust, it's like learning to allow your body to tell you something, like whether, you don't feel safe or you feel this like ick feeling or this like, I don't know, like your whole body's tenses up or like you walk into a room and you just feel like this staleness or this not so good energy. It's just like learning to trust that energy. And for me, like I'm still learning how to trust this, but I'm beginning to trust more and more because what was happening is I would get invited to all these things and I would just be like, well, I think I'm supposed to go or I think I should go. And then I never actually got to sit there and go, do I actually want to do this? Or does my body want to do this? And so when I was not when I was doing things or going to events or doing certain like performances, I didn't feel like I wanted to do. And I was like, in a way like forcing myself to do it. Like I always felt exhausted or I felt drained and I just didn't feel that like I just didn't feel good. And I was like, everyone's always telling me like you have to do gigs, you gotta play in bars, you gotta do this and you gotta that. And I'm like, every single time somebody says that to me, I just completely like clench up. And I found that I'm just trying to go about it the unconventional way, and I'm okay with that. And I know people are gonna say, people have said things to me like, "Well, you should do this, you should do that," and I'm like, my whole body just goes, "Nope, I don't want to do that." Because recently, I really know I noticed that because it's like I knew I didn't want to do the whole gig thing because what I don't want to do is get stuck in it. And for the longest time, when people are like, "Well, you should do gigs," I was like, "Well, then maybe I should because maybe that's like something new I have to do as a singer to climb the ladder." And I'm like, "No, that's not actually true. Like, I can I can do whatever I want and create my singing career." The way I want it. And if I don't want to be in bars and, or doing gigs that I don't feel it doesn't feel right to do or feel good in my body, then I'm not going to do them. And I know a lot of people might be like, "Oh, well, that's going to be a mistake or you're not going to get farther along." And that's okay. Like, yeah, I got to figure it out on my own anyways. And so excuse me. So basically, I'm just like I'm learning to really trust my instincts and like what I'm starting to find is like if I'm battling with something and I'm like, well, should I go to this or should I not go to this, if I start writing it out, normally like what I find that is if it's not 100% yes, like I want to do this, then it's a no. Because if it's a maybe, then it's most likely like I'm sitting there trying to convince or just convince myself to go or justify it that I should be going. And I'm like, it just puts me in a whole different energy. And then I'm not having as much fun at the event because I made myself go or because I was afraid of what somebody else might think or whatever, what other people are telling me I should do. So I just want you all to know like you like learn to trust your body, your instincts, like even when you're around people. Like if you're starting to be around somebody and you just don't feel good around them, like leave, walk away. Like if you're in a relationship with somebody like a significant other and you're starting to not feel that great and you're like you feel like you're just trying to convince yourself like, well, I should be with this guy or girl because they seem like the perfect person for me or my parents really like them or other people really like them or they make good money and I guess I guess I should stay with this person or, yeah, they're abusive, but like when they're really nice, they're really nice. Like I caught myself in that as like, you know, and my ex, it was like abuse on the like emotional and verbal side. And I kept trying to convince myself or justify his actions and the way he was treating me and essentially gaslighting me. And I was just like, because I was like, well, maybe it is my fault, because I was always my fault, never his. And it was just like, so I never could figure out, I don't know, I was always like spinning in circles, but I had to sit there and like start to figure out like, no, I don't want that. Like, I don't want to be with somebody who's going to be abusive verbally, whether it's verbally, physically, emotionally, whatever. Like, if you aren't like madly in love with this person and like you both have like this connection together where you have good communication, like if you don't have that, then like you may want to rethink your relationships with people. Or if you're starting to make a shift in your life and you're like, well, this no longer serves me anymore. Like I don't want to be like a partier anymore, or I don't, agree with whatever it is with this person, and you guys are at like odds with each other, then like really sit there and think about it. Like listen to your intuition, like write a pros and cons list. Like if you're not 100% yes, like really think about everything, like whether it's relationships, your job, whether it's uh relationships, a job, whatever career or dreams you're going after, if it or events that you get invited to, or if you think you should be doing something, like really sit there and think about it. Is this really what you want? Does this make you happy? Does this actually improve your life? Does this create like empowerment, and does it make you feel like have a lot of energy, or does it drain you? Like really sit there and think about it, because people can drain you, low energy, like things, that you're doing can make you tired or drained, and then you don't want to do those. Or people are draining, and it's like if you don't wanna be around them, then don't be around them. Like, there is no shame in just going, "This is not for me anymore," and it is okay. Like, I know if this can be scary or really confusing for people, but, like, because I've been there myself. Um, I just want you all to know, like, only you know what's best for you, no one else. Don't listen to anyone else. Like, just focus on what you want, you need, and really just think about that. Like, start writing in a journal, and about like what it is that you want, need, like, believe in, because no one else is going to tell you that. Only you can decide or choose. And so like also like what is a dream that you want to work on? What is something you love? Like just start writing something like that, or so that you're able to figure out like, oh, I actually want to do something else, or I want to, create a dream, and this is what I want to go for now. Because if you don't have like these insights, sometimes you might get stuck in a loop and or a pattern, or being with somebody, or in a job you don't like forever, and like you are not stuck. Like you can have whatever you want. Like right now for me, like I know I'm in a job that I don't love, but I also am making it fun, and it's for now, it's temporary, and I know that, and I'm creating that as temporary, and I'm not allowing myself to because I have to pay my bills. So it's like, obviously, like, I'm not gonna just go, "Oh, hey," like, throw it out and be like, "Oh, no, time to leave." But, like, just start to think, like, what you could you be doing to get out of the job you don't like? Or, like, what could you create in your life to make you more happy? Because that's all that matters. If you're happy, that is all that matters. Another thing when it comes to, like, relationships, you can have a relationship with somebody that truly loves you for you, instead of them wanting to change you. Or if you're sitting there trying to you wanna fix them or change them or not accept them the way they are, then maybe that relationship isn't for you. Or maybe look at it like, why are you trying to change that person? Or, 'cause if you can't accept them the way they are, then you need to start figuring out, is this relationship gonna really last? Like, instead of wasting your time and energy on something that isn't serving you, or they don't feel the same way about you. Like, if you have to sit there and question yourself and question, their love for you or your love for them, then you really need to think that through. But everyone deserves like love that, and everyone can have that. It's just you have to be willing to work at it and on yourself, and like create opportunities to meet people. And it's like it's always a work in progress, but you can get there, and I believe that you all can have it. I promise. So for me, like what I've also been learning lately is to learning to trust not just like my instincts and my intuition with like, people or events or just things I get invited to, or certain things that I'm doing at home. Like if I don't feel like I want to do them, then like I'm working on listening to my body. Or if I feel like I'm getting slightly burnt out or stressed out, like I figure out, okay, well, I need to put a day or at least a few hours of fun in there where I'm not thinking about like work or working on my singing career, because it's still a business. And so it's like it still can be stressful sometimes if I create it that way. And so it's like I just gotta I'm reminding myself, okay, well, I need to, take some time off and take it like a day off from everything, and just go to the beach, go ride bikes, or what else? Like go to a dance class. Like just get away and just have like an escape. But instead of like doing it with alcohol or partying, like I do it with something positive that will actually lift my energy instead of drain my energy. Because I used to party a lot, and now I'm realizing that that was fun and that was fine for back then. But now I'm like I have more things that I want to work on, and so I'm not really partying anymore. And like I'm only choosing that when I really wanna do it, and it's not like a continuous or regular thing. And so, yeah, so basically, I'm also trusting myself with my body, with meaning, like, when I sing, there's, like, I got into my head so much about how I sing, and because I am operatic, and so that's how I was classically trained. And so like for, theater and opera. And so then I started, when I got back into singing after like 15 years, I was so in my head, oh, okay, so I got to make sure I breathe correctly. So I was using my diaphragm, like over using it, like pushing too hard, or it really matters how you place your all the vowels, the consonants. Like when you sing, it's all about placement in your body, and on your both your diaphragm and the way you place your mouth. And so it's just I was I'm always like overthinking it, and so I'm making the pop songs harder than what they are, because it's not what I was trained in. So I wasn't trained in pop music, where I'm using like more of belt and like middle voice than I am like, head voice or chest voice. So there's like all these different techniques. So I was getting into my head and not trusting my body. And I was, making things harder. Like I was like making my throat and my neck tight. And my throat, I was actually worried that I was like hurting my throat, and then I can hurt my voice if I'm not careful. And so it's like it's just all these things I got to think about, and so I wasn't trusting my body, and now I'm slowly starting to learn how to do that. But it's taken me a long time, and it's like creating joy around it and fun instead of like over analyzing and critiquing. And it's like, all right, how much fun could I have doing this song? Yes, I got to practice, and I got to work on like my vocal warm-ups before I start singing. But like even if I don't know the song fully, like I could have the lyrics up somewhere. So I'm not gonna claim that I know the lyrics to everything, because that's a lot. And so, sometimes I'm singing with the lyrics in front of me, and that makes me more comfortable, but it's still me working on my craft. So it's like me, but it's like I found myself even today when I was singing earlier, like I found that is if I was stressed out or in my head, like I would mess up in the song all the time. As soon as I let go of the stress and I was able to like decompress for a minute and just create joy and fun and make it just fun and goofy and just like an actual performance, I started to see that like I actually did better doing that, and it was less stress too. And so just like yeah, I'm like starting to learn how to trust my body. So I want you all to learn to start, you know start working on like how to trust your body more and like and just or trust others as well, because I know sometimes it's hard for us to trust others because we're so um because sometimes we don't feel like we can trust ourselves in either decision making or we second guess ourselves. But a lot of times like our first instinct is correct. And so yeah, so it's like just start working on like getting into your out of your head into your body, like, start flowing or exercising, and then, or meditate or journal, because all of this gets you out of your head into your, heart and your body. So like it could be like flowing with music just for like 5 minutes. Just allow yourself to have that time to like begin to start trusting and becoming aware and like noticing that when you do that stuff, you start to reduce your stress. And so when you do that, you also are able to listen to your body more and less, be less in your head. But I just want you all to know like this is possible. You can start trusting your instincts, trust like what you think is right and what is wrong to you, and don't allow anybody else to like influence you or have an opinion on that, because if that's something you feel, that's real, so that's something real. So I just want you all to know to start trusting your body, trusting your instincts, trusting your intuition, because I know you have the ability to do so. And you'll find that like things start feeling a lot more aligned with your body and yourself. So just keep at it. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more info. In the comments below, I'd love to hear more from you. Like, what is something that you're working on with your body and trusting, or with your relationships? Like, is there anything I can help you with or support you with? Because I'm here to help. Thank you all so much for listening. I love you, and let's rise like a phoenix.